Okay, here we are at the MTSS RTI website. This is a demo site. Just type in rticompanion.replit.app and you'll come to this website and you can put in a password, user ID and password that I'll give you, and log in. And it's intended to be very simple. It gives us our login information and a log out. And this is really a landing page, just so if you're into a student profile or student section and wait a little bit of time, it'll come back to this generic landing page where it just gives you a little bit about it. You can search for a student here if you'd like, but I prefer going straight to the student management system here, where we can pick a student that we're working with. And this is intended to kind of be a little quick filter here that says I got 5 students overall, 4 that have an IEP and 1 that has no IEP, in case I want to search for that. I can also click up here. This sees all students. This also sees my recent students I've worked with. And again, this does another search where I can put in just James. So it's all driven to be kind of quick entry. So let's go to all students and let's just say I've been working with James Lee. Then it'll take me to a profile. And if I want to go back to the student, I just click the student list here from the menu, or I just simply click on this button. It returns me back to the student dashboard. But I'm in the student profile now, and just quickly gives me an overview of that student. Again, this is for quick entry, quick access, quick notification, trying to understand the antecedents and the function of behavior. So here's James Lee, and lets me know that he has an IEP that's active. And there's some of his information, his case manager, his classroom that he serves, but perhaps how many forms are in this bundle or in this packet, and the latest one that I've been working with. And so quick overview, right? You have 3 tabs here: a quick overview, a packet that we designed for you. This happens to be one we designed for STEPS. And here's an IEP Gold Bank. And so I'm going to slide down here to just where I can just see the student profile. And again, a quick overview of that student, who it is, kind of where they're at, and a little history of that student. I've worked twice. I've worked on the behavior log. I have 1 in needs of review and 1 in progress. And here's kind of some background of some of the past behavior, disruption, defiance, physical aggression, and just a quick summary of what that student's going through. And so my choices are to go to the packet or go straight to the daily log. So let's just go look at the packet real quick. So here's the packet of forms for this student profile, James Lee. And I can filter these out. I can search for the form. I can filter this by, if I want to look at all the ones that needs review, I can just find those, or I can quickly just come to all of them. But this is just a quick way of trying to understand where I'm at in this packet flow, from daily log to ABC recording to duration, intensity, those kind of things. And my choices are here to edit it, print it, or archive it. And so let's just go back in this daily log. I'm going to click edit, and there's that daily log. It's also geared to be mobile. So we'll get into that in a second. But so here we are looking at this daily log. And in this particular case, we designed this to be 20 minutes, but we can design it to be once an hour, every 45 minutes, or twice a day, or whatever. But in this case, we have some data here where we can pick physical aggression, and let's go on down to an area. So in this, at 10 o'clock, we had another physical aggression and verbal abuse, and it was all around attention. We can also say that the student is having a bad day. We can also hit a record button here, and I don't know if in this demo it'll actually record because I'm running it in a mode. Okay, today the student is having a really bad day. So then it would record that and put it there. We can also copy that, and coming on down here, we can say disruptive behavior, and trying to escape, and then escape attention, and punch that right in and just keep going. And then maybe we come down here to the bottom of the day and we want to mark that as it needs a review, and we hit save. And that saves that. And keep in mind, all I had to go on this was my knowledge of functional behavior assessments and a sheet of Google Sheets. And really, I just had to kind of tie the knots and connect the dots. And so here's what we came up with to make that easier. Oftentimes, I want to go straight to that. I don't want to look at the packet. So let's say I'm back in overview, and I just want to come right in and create that instance. So we will create another instance. Today's date is the 2nd, and James Lee, and I can go right back into this nomenclature again. And there's no paste here because I haven't copied it yet, but this student is very aggressive today. All right, I misspelled aggressive, so we'll correct that and hit copy. And it also, you can, as you can see, you can paste it right into the next section. I can just click paste, and there it is. Again, I can hit the record and record this option as well. And especially if I'm running on a mobile app. And then we're also adding for some of these forms, if I click this twice, it's going to put a 2 here. So maybe within that 20-minute time frame, there was 2 or 3 incidences. So I just keep clicking that, and it will increase that. And again, I hit save here, and then it fulfills that packet. And then it also does a history log of my behavior time, and kind of runs that out and kind of gives me a snapshot view from this profile. And then we also have, if the student has an active IP, which he does, I can actually bring in these goal pages and then see the actual, because I'm under the IP tab, so it's going to show me the IP, and I can actually create my own goals if I'd like, and actually see this. And so in this case, we have goals, the accommodations, documents, and the team members. And in this case, I'm in an active goal, and I'm trying to work on these goals. Behavior here is, for example, I'll show details here, and I can slide down and see kind of if I'm reaching those goals. And in this case, I can actually see that goal behavior and some description, and see what that goal was. Right? I'm going to cancel that. But if I want to do some progress notes and say today we've increased, 10%, and we're in progress. We're struggling today, and we are struggling with attention. All right. And then it'll help kind of keep those behaviors aligned to those goals. We can also do a direct correlation to it if you like. We've literally got very little direction on this, and so this is just open for interpretation right now, but we can customize that. Simply add a new goal. Reading on grade level expectation. We're going to use the same thing. It says our desires to read at semester grade level expectation, and we're going to use the Barton reading assessment, and we're going to give this about 30 days, and save that goal, and away we go. We have a new goal, and this can be outside the IEP, could be aligned with the IEP, and then we can mark that goal as completed or all goals. Next, we have an accommodation. Works the same way. We can actually put an accommodation here. And in this case, we have a response and timing. So we can come in here and say the type of accommodation is if it's setting, and I don't want to edit this necessarily, but it's for classroom only, test only, or special events. And you can see how we actually, when you drop into this, you can open it up and say, it's for test or weekly or whatever. Update accommodations, and then again we can add a new accommodation. Documentation, same thing. We're still in that profile. We're under IEP, and we can actually drop in works of all assessments. We can add in assessment. We can meeting notes, signed forms, progress reports, parent communications. Any of this stuff we can add into here. We can even increase our team members. Now, this part is not customized yet, but we can customize this to your team members and say that not only do I'm the case manager, but I also have a team member that's helping me out, maybe a para teacher or something. So anyway, that's kind of how the overview, right? The history, the actual behavior process that you adopt, and it goes to the IEP. And then we have the last function here is just something we designed, just really quick way to say, I'm going to communicate to the parent. And down here is a preview of a note or a comment or an email that you want to send to a parent. But as you come up here, you just basically say, the reason for contact is a positive behavior recognition, and we're going to send it by email, and or in this case, maybe a text message or just a physical letter. And the parent guardian name is Mr. Lee, and we have that. Your son has been a blessing today, although at home we want to continue support in these areas. All right, and then your name and signature, and then it actually is writing that name as I wrote it. So it's a positive behavior recognition for James Lee, and we wanted to write you a quick note that your son's been a blessing, and we want to support you, and then some of the recent behavior trends that we've seen, and we can edit this, and then we can save this into the contact record and then send it out. And then I didn't tell it my ID, so I need to tell it who I am. But in this case, I'm just an administrator on this case, on this timeline. The next thing is major things are reports, and we haven't gotten any direction from this, and it's 100% customizable. What we came up with was trends over time, type of disruptions, function analysis. We're trying to understand the function, right? And top incident locations. We're trying to figure this. These are just things that we came up with. Again, we got no direction from our users yet about this, and so we're going to customize that. Student probability. So I'm going to bring in James Lee and then show them, and I can select, over the last 90 days or 30 days, especially you want to use this, especially if you're seeing some good improvement in behavior over, the short term. And then same thing, what's the probability, day of week probability, time of day disruption. All these are, behavior type and function, correlation, location. And these are we're just trying to come up with some brain teasers here to say we want that. And then we can always add to it. It's 1000% customizable. That's the beauty of this platform, is that if you direct us and teach us what you want, then we'll deliver that to you. Behavior analysis, this is when we're actually breaking down, the same kind of thing, behavior by distribution, like, over day and time, function. This is kind of helping us do a real time analysis, grade level analysis, and again, I got to pick the students and our group of students, and these are really just unlimited reports. Here's the only reason to show you this admin section would be if you're an admin and you want to add students, or you want to add instructors, educators, you want your accounts, like how to define what a role and permission is from administrator, case manager, and teacher, how to build our own templates kind of together, and if you want to, how do you want this set up here? And so this is really for admin to come in and basically define their teacher roles as case manager, primary, or all services in that area. And you can do a bulk upload and modify it. You can add a single one. This is all just housekeeping stuff, but it makes it really easy as you're growing and you're adding people to your team and students to your team. Back on the student side, you can do the same thing with a bulk upload, or we'll help you bring in those students. And then again, it's like I said, it's mobile optimized, so it works on my iPad, it works on my iPhone, and so when you're doing that rapid entry, again, rapid entry into a student, James Lee, and you want to go straight to that daily log, boom, there it is, and you just literally walk through that and observe that behavior, which is really the gist of why we started this. Anyway, this is just a quick little tutorial about how to use it. Um, if you have any questions, just give me a call. Thank you.